Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of R.A.M.Cast. I'm here with Alejandro again, and one of our first ever guest stars. Yay! Yay! Yes! Just go ahead, let the exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So, today we are going to quote
Turn
unquote
off all the lights.
Yes, we're going dark. Yeah. Battlefront 6 going dark. So, today is it's a first for RAM reviews. And today we are going through the Star Wars Battlefront Classics Collection.
And boy, do I have things to say.
I mean, I think everyone has had stuff to say about this game, and unfortunately, not a lot of it has been in a positive light.
Well, I guess before we go on into this, let me go ahead and say this. Like, what I'll say about this release will be mostly based on like what other people are saying, because in a weird fit of like blissful, like, oh my god, I love the fact that I still have a computer, I still have the PC version of Battlefront 2, which
So Battlefront 2 classic.
classic, which ironically, especially with mods that take less than 10 minutes to install, holds up really well. So I'm here to see how this looks in comparison.
Well, and see, I have the old PlayStation 2 versions of both of these. So, in kind of preparing for this, I even kind of went back, picked those up for a little bit, just to kind of, give it a comparison on the feel. And it was weird. It's like there's a lot of things, and I could tell you right now, the number one thing that I feel people are the most upset about comes from Battlefront 1 with loading screen sounds. I don't know what it is about, people of our generations that we love sounds. There are just certain sounds that trigger happiness and memories for us.
Yeah.
And you guys will hear it, because I know if you've played Battlefront 1, you know how that loading screen sounds. When you hear it, oh, you're gonna cringe. It's cringe.
Well, I'm looking forward to the crash course on this because I've only played this game in passing once. When I was maybe in 7th grade, a neighbor of mine had it. So I've never actually owned Star Wars Battlefront Classic. Never, ever.
So, there's a couple things I'm gonna want to touch on, because I don't know if you guys have played the remakes of Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2.
I own a copy of both of those.
Yeah.
I've played.
So, for that, I know a lot of people when those were going through development, everyone still wanted Battlefront 3. They wanted basically the continuation of this line. They wanted the continuation of what Pandemic was doing. And we missed that mark. Now, fun fact, I don't know if you guys realize this, there were actually 2 other Battlefront titles prior to the remake.
Oh, I'm fully aware of those. The ones on the PSP?
Yes, the ones from the PSP and actually Nintendo DS.
Which, let me just say this.
Elite and Renegade Squadron.
So let me just say this. How dare they release a classic collection, but include none of the content from the PSP games?
Well, and the thing is, I think only Renegade Squadron had one aspect that was fresh, and that was actually going from land to space in a single match.
Well, to be fair, both the PSP games at least had full-on campaigns on top of that.
True. Because like Battlefront Classic didn't have a campaign. Battlefront 2, they come in with Rise of the Empire, basically playing through a little bit of Episode 3 and then into Episode 4. So, do we want to do a split screen, or do we want to just do a...
Oh yeah, let's do split screen.
Yeah.
I should probably
Okay,
also
so-
connect my controller, because...
So for the viewers that don't know much about this title, let me be their, the vocal
the
piece.
voice, ask the questions, ask the relevant questions.
Exactly. So first things first. First reaction to hearing about this recollection coming out. Like, what was your guys' reaction?
So, the crazy part was, This release was a sleeper. No one knew about it until like a month after.
I think I just overtook your controller.
Did you? No one knew about this game until like a month before it actually came out. Oh, now I overtook yours. I'm first player. I am always first player.
Well, you might want to back out because I signed in under.
Here.
Cool.
There you go.
All right, cool. Yeah, because.
Okay. Whatever. I'm top screen. I'm top screen.
Who's older? You older?
Technically, I am.
Wow, dang it! Damn! Dang!
No!
Well, Ollie, you're actually not the baby? Oh my goodness!
So weird.
Yeah, I know, right? You're actually older than somebody now. Wow!
Oh my god. What am I
So,
doing?
now, you know, just kind of looking at the maps that we got here. You know, naturally, instant action probably going to be the best thing that we have. The one thing that I will say Battlefront 1 had over Battlefront 2 was better maps. And I will say in design, in just overall layout and quantity, I think it was a little bit better. Now, naturally, when it came to the mobile ones, couldn't have as many because, you know, you're limited to memory and space. So I know one such map that a lot of people were really excited for was actually the Renvar maps. So, because, you know, Renvar was an area that we never saw in the movies.
Well, yeah, it was just in a bunch of different games. Like
Yeah. So we'll just set up a couple of those. Naturally, gotta go Echo Base. Ooh.
Oh well.
Okay, but see, listen in.
Wait, people were actually complaining about that?
Because
Well,
it's
that's-
not the same. It's not the same. All right, I'm going Rebels.
Let's see.
Now, right off the bat, you know, you've got 5 classes that you can choose from. There's not really a big difference between either of them. So, you know...
Oh, I forgot you can go prone. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah. This one actually has prone. It's got multiple
Alright,
side
there's my
arms.
button.
How big were the maps usually in this game?
You know, they were a decent size, and I think when they went to re-release this, they wanted to be able to give 64-player support. You know, they almost wanted to get it on a Battlefield level, and I don't know why I'm backing up. And you know that could be another one of the issues is the fact that the game has a lot of bugs, and I think we're seeing one right here where
Also the moonwalk bug. Okay.
I got the moonwalk bug and I'm stuck. You know, folks, we were playing this completely, you know, 100% live off the hip, and you know,
Going back to the old days of Let's Plays, right?
yeah.
Ollie, I think you should find him and shoot him.
Yeah, like
He's not able to
I'm
You know,
literally
as soon as I get out of this
stuck on the wall.
chokehold- As soon as I get out of this
You'll be
chokehold.
fine.
No, just chokehold.
I'm over on the left.
Oh. Oh God.
Lay down and die.
Really, Ollie?
Look. Sometimes you just gotta know when to hold them.
When to lay down?
Lay down and die.
Understood.
Oh, and see this guy just comes along, and gives me health and ammo,
And stare at you.
and stare at me.
I'm so used to there being like a run button.
Yeah, there was no sprint for Battlefront 1. They only introduced sprint for 2.
Do you think the game's better with sprint?
I think it depends on the
it does help, and you know, I feel that in some of the maps for Battlefront 2, there was just a lot of kind of dead open space. I don't even know where I am at now.
No, you should really go find it.
I'm trying, but
I know I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground.
Oh god.
Yeah, he's definitely on the ground. Grenade.
So to your left. There I am. Murder me, please.
Okay, finally. He hits the plate.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's what I get for
Okay,
helping out.
I think it's actually my controller because I have no control. Yeah, wow.
Wow. Oh. I can't. Well, we'd have to connect that the hard way, because that's my personal controller.
Ooh. Anyone know how to reset?
You gotta hold down the PS and the share button for upwards of 15 other button, like the select button. Used to be the select button.
This one?
Yeah. Hold it down for upwards of 30 seconds. Eventually, it'll turn off after it blinks a little bit.
Okay, Alejandro.
There it goes.
So, how did you feel? What was your expectations for the release?
So, I was always hoping that because my thing with these classic collections, that it would be comprehensive. And obviously the first two games, being released, obvious choice, right?
Yeah.
But for them to not have single, even just a little hint of the PSP games added to that, it feels like a missed opportunity.
Well, and here's a question that I want to pose to you guys, as well as our viewers, is what do you think is more successful, a remake, a remaster, or a re-release?
If we want to go off of what I've seen in the last couple of years, it seemed like thorough remakes are the more successful ones. That's what it seems like. Between the big one, Final Fantasy 7, freaking Resident Evil, those seem to be as far as sales and critically acclaimed wise, those seem to be the ones that be most successful.
Well, and that's where I think I didn't understand the approach for Battlefront in this one, because like I said, this was something that we only knew out a month in advance. It wasn't advertised as a remake or a re-release or even a remaster. It was just, hey, we've grouped these two titles together and we're selling it. Now, mind you, thankfully, this was not listed as a full price game. It only came in at under 40.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
I too scummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, with how it plays and how it looks, I still think it was overpriced. I still think it should have been maximum 30. Because
I even think 30 is too much, especially, like I said, when you ignore the other historic games in the series.
Well,
and more specifically with the state of its release from what I've heard.
Well, and the only thing that they added for, I guess for lack of a better term, DLC content, and I'm not sure where it came from, because this was an instance that I did not have, that they put in 2 extra heroes for the game. Where they put in Jedi Master Kit Fisto and Asajj Ventress, the Sith assassin.
Why would that be DLC though? Shouldn't that just come with the...
My understanding...
I mean, to be fair, it was never in the original game.
Yeah, my understanding was that it was supposed to be either a pre-order bonus or something that was exclusive to... I don't know if it was a console exclusive or what have you. I didn't have access to those heroes in my playtime with the game originally. So I also can't say that I've had an opportunity
I'm listening there.
The tumbling when you're not hibernating is still hysterical. At least that is holding up.
You hit that front flip.
But you know, I think that there was a lot that they still could have done and taken more time with.
Mm-hmm.
And the game, they could have done a full priced game if they had taken the time for it. You know, the graphics are not that refined, and I understand that this is, you know, they wanted to keep a classic feel to it, but you can keep a classic feel and still polish it up a little. So, you know, yes, it's a little bit better. Like, you can see a little bit more detail in the joints of the AT-AT. You know, a little bit more texture on the character skins.
And it feels like there's not enough visual indication of explosions that happen. Right?
No,
Yeah.
I mean the explosions in this one were quite small, were quite minor.
And he got ran over.
Yeah. Vehicular manslaughter.
I was just about to say, I'm loving how what's the word I want to use? Cutthroat. The computer scenes so far in this game. I'm loving
the
this.
computers of Battlefront 1 were ruthless, but and I feel for just like instant action on Battlefront 2, they got dumber. Now, the campaign computers, oh, they were ruthless. I remember as a kid, there were certain levels in the campaign that I just could not get past. Now, granted, I will admit, I did have to use cheat codes. And you know, that is one thing that I'm curious on, that if they did keep in, if you can actually still access the cheat codes.
That would be fun. Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to maintain,
if you're trying to sell nostalgia, you might as well sell it.
if you want to sell the nostalgia, come on.
sell it.
Early 2000 games, you remember buying the cheat
Jesus
code,
Christ,
the cheat code books at like bookstores.
Or getting what was the Game Informers with the cheat code?
Yeah,
in the
Game
back?
Informers.
Yeah, I remember that. I had friends who put cheat code. They used to write down cheat codes that they used to find in school, and they used to put them inside their games. They used to like put it in there with like the freaking booklet and everything like that. Definitely like Grand Theft Auto and stuff. They did that forever.
Now,
That's nice. Because in all honesty, I thought y'all would be slaughtering these computers when y'all first turned this on. I was like, oh, yeah, y'all.
well, Al on the Empire had a pretty good lead, and then, you know, once
Seriously, I think
once I got into it, then we were good. Then it was over for him.
Yeah, I saw some of your homies running over people, so yeah, I'm loving the computer so far.
The computers were hysterical. Not smart, but funny.
I was like, bro, I literally just saw a dude get ran over. Not shot, but ran over and body flopped. I'm like, okay.
yeah, I've never really been good at this.
What?
FPSs are not your strong suit.
They're fun. I've just never been good at the competitive side of them.
I don't know how I'm alive.
So are there a lot of people looking forward to playing this online?
Well, and
That's where the controversy
that's
starts.
where the conversation really picks up.
Okay, on that.
There are so many server issues. Gotcha, Al.
Yeah.
There are so many server issues. People trying and spending long times in queues, or not even being able to access servers and getting the servers are full message. And I think I read somewhere that they had only about 3 dedicated servers for the Battlefront titles. And the developers released a statement saying, yeah, we dropped the ball. And to say that you dropped the ball is honestly an understatement.
Yeah. Because I would think that the selling point for this game would be 2 things: nostalgia and multiplayer.
And that was their big selling point, was the fact that, you know, they redesigned the game in order to... Man, who's been laying down all these mines?
That's what you died from earlier, Ollie.
You know, that explains so much.
That was one of the key selling points was... Dang.
Wow, really? It's still activated.
If only I had landed on the mines over and over and just kept popcorning around, that would have been hysterical.
Dang, that's
all right,
quite
Al, you are last man. Oh, there it is.
Never mind.
The major selling point that they were talking about was, we are going to have 64 player supported multiplayer. That's great. If you can actually get into multiplayer.
I'm about to say, yeah. The amount of people, because I've heard of Battlefront for, definitely these. Growing up, I heard these for years. I heard how loved it was. And
they were major.
So,
I feel every Star Wars fan that had a game console was playing Battlefront.
Yeah.
So, and I was pretty sure that the company that went on that we all know that DICE, the creator for Battlefield, went on and developed the Battlefront remakes. And I know people had a lot of hot takes about that one.
Yeah.
I hated that it was a live service.
I'm about to say definitely because of the monetization. I heard a lot about that.
It was, but what I will say is, when EA realized their mistake and backpedaled a little bit, especially when it came to Battlefront 2 and getting rid of the microtransactions, yes, the damage had been done.
Yeah.
But if you go back to it now, it's still a fun
to say that, Dev. I was just about to say that I didn't.
I don't even know. That was the
Did your whole boy just
He
kill
really
himself?
just did.
He literally just walked off.
I'm tired of this game.
Exactly. He just walked. I didn't come into playing the remakes that are on, on like PlayStation 4 and stuff like that. I didn't come into that when the monetization BS was happening. I came in it when after all that was done. So when I got my hands on it, it was a fun experience.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a really fun experience. Play by play, it was a fun experience. I think I didn't really try
I'm still
multiplayer a
scarred
lot.
from the last match. I forgot I was Rebels.
I was about to say we both switched. You blasted me so hard off the map.
Yeah, that neck, bro. So yeah, I didn't. The play-by-play of it was amazing. I think a real good selling point to me because I've always been into like samurais and stuff like that. So when I was younger, obviously I always wanted to play either Jedis or Siths. But when I got my hands on Battlefront, I enjoyed playing majority of the classes.
Yeah.
Like I didn't rush, because you got to get a certain amount of points before you can unlock, those.
You would have to perform well in the game in order to actually gain access to play as a hero, which they still have in Battlefront 2. They never gave you an opportunity to play as a hero or a villain in Battlefront 1.
Okay.
Those were in the maps that did have them. They were controlled by the AI, and that was the instance where the computer was ruthless. Like you see any Jedi on the map, you better go the opposite direction faster than the game would let you. Because they caught up to you, you're dead. Like I am right now. You're dead.
Are they looking for more people to shoot? I like the fact when they throw their grenades, they throw it with their whole body too. It ain't just a arm flick.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Throw from the hips.
But the sad part about it is it don't go that far.
It does not.
It looked like throwing it like that. It should go further, but it doesn't.
And we'll have a change up for Battlefront 2. After this, where we can have a little bit more of the fun game modes come into play. Because that was the one thing that I really enjoyed about Battlefront 2, and that I'm glad that they kept in here, was all of the game modes that were available on the old iteration of the game are still available in here. You know, they have Hunt, which was, you know, instead of taking control of, you know, just traditional soldiers, you had Tusken Raiders, you had Jawas. I think the one that most people loved was the Wampa Hunt, which you had rebels, and then you had Wampas, the big abominable snowman from episode 5.
That's fine. Has there ever been a game where you could play as an Ewok?
I mean,
not officially.
Not true. Not true.
Well, as far as I'm aware.
In Battlefront 2, they did do a take on zombie mode where it was Ewok Hunt. So everyone would spawn in on Endor in the dead of night as a stormtrooper, and then one player would be randomly selected to start off as an Ewok. And, you know, the goal of the stormtroopers, survive. And then, you know, as they died one way or another, they would come back as Ewoks. And I tell you, it's low-key terrifying because it's dark. The flashlight does not project that much light, and all you see is just laser blasts going around the place, trying to shoot tiny terrorist teddy bears.
Yeah. So the Ewoks can set traps and all that type of stuff.
Yes, the Ewoks can set traps. They have access to certain areas of the maps that the stormtroopers can't get into, and it's terrifying. It is a literal. It is the equivalent of Star Wars Vietnam.
Nice. That's a good analogy. My goodness. He ain't down. You saw how many times he got shot.
Hey, Wookiees actually had a bit of a tank. They were actually meant to be tanks.
Okay then.
And, you know, when it came to the special classes, you know, the Empire, they had the Dark Troopers. Like, they weren't necessarily tanks, but they had more mobility. They had the jump packs.
Okay.
The Wookiees, those were tanks. Now, I'll be very surprised if I can actually make this, but we're going to try to anyway. For the views, for the lulz, and he makes it.
That and somebody disappeared. Okay, never mind.
End of turn.
See, that's why I'm impressed with them. They saw you coming. They didn't shoot it.
They saw me and it's like, nope.
They just jumped on the turret and just shot at you. I like that.
Imperial pilots, you know, mortar launchers, not that great. It's literally just a really weird grenade launchers. And then of course you have your sniper classes, your demolition classes, and then your mainstays.
Okay, so earlier you mentioned that one of these games was the first one to introduce from land to space. Which game you was talking about?
That was one of the PSP titles. That, I believe, was Star Wars Renegade Squadron.
So you can literally start off on land and then fly into space?
Yes, and they had capital ship support, but at the same time, the ground maps were significantly smaller. Now, Renegade Squadron, I believe, came out in 2006. So, you know, Battlefront 2 was meant to coincide with the release of Episode 3. Was meant to basically go along with finishing the Star Wars saga. You know, this was well before the prequels were even a concept.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a great advertiser, and you know, personally, I love Revenge of the Sith. It is probably my favorite Star Wars film of all time, and I know for some people that's a bit of a hot take. Come at me, I don't care. Yeah, Al, I think you got this one, cause you're up 36 to my 10. Maybe it's just the rebels. Maybe the Empire's just cursed on these maps.
Maybe, because I'll admit the starting points I had for the last map as the Empire were pretty terrible. Yeah, that one specifically.
Yeah, that the ice caves were not an easy space to play in. And see, I also remember as a kid, not only did I... Dang.
Nice one. Nice headshot.
Not only did I have some cheat codes, I had the game guides for these. You know...
Bro, I miss game guys.
Bring back game guides!
I miss those.
Bring back game guides! I believe I can fly!
That's happened to at least maybe, 3-4 times this match. You got shot, then got blown up.
Jesus Christ.
Alright. Now, of course, you know, when it comes to instant action, you basically set up the maps that you want to play, and then it'll just constantly just cycle through. So we'll have to back out of this one.
Okay.
And Al, if I don't have control, you might have to. Okay, there we go. Cool. So yeah, we'll go ahead and quit out of this one. Now, the one thing I will give this credit for, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, when they package a lot of games together, if you want to swap back and forth between two games, you always have to quit out of the title altogether.
To be fair, that's more of a coding issue to where I'm not a coder. I don't know like the
Nor am I, so I didn't know it was
trying
coding
to make
issue.
like new menus like that and still make it in the vein to work with the old coding is really difficult. Like even if they had the source code, it sort of kind of walks the line between should we do this in order to like make it more convenient, or do we have to like hold tradition and like keep the games as pure as humanly possible?
So okay, so now we're gonna get into Battlefront 2, and you know Battlefront 2, even the classic, there were some days when the demonetization for Battlefront 2 remasters or remakes or whatever, reboots. That's the word I'm looking for. Reboots. When those were out, it's like I'm done with the pay to win, because that's how it was. And I just went back and I played this. And you know, I loved the Rise of the Empire campaign, even though it was fairly rough. Loved Galactic Conquest. I think when the reboots came out, the fact that they did not have Galactic Conquest was the biggest injustice for Battlefront fans. Now, I don't know if you guys know or remember how Galactic Conquest was. You basically picked an army, and you had the entirety of all of the maps to basically go around and conquer. And
I remember that slightly.
Yeah.
And you would have the mixture between the space battles, the land battles.
Yeah, because they actually showed the planets and stuff, right?
Yep. And you would have to recruit new classes. You would have to buy upgrades to give yourself an edge in the battle. You know, you could buy extra troops. You could sabotage enemy vehicles. You could put down auto turrets. That was genius to me at the time. And there could have been so much more that the newer games could have done that they just did not do. And it was tragic.
I think one of the things that I think is kind of weird, it's just the weird lack of true like single player like options.
Okay, now I did not realize. Okay.
Oh, they ported over all of the old maps.
Yeah, okay. Calling me a liar. They actually put the Randbar maps that we just played from Battlefront 1 onto Battlefront 2. So then that kind of begs the question. If they put the maps from the first game on 2, why have the first one?
Mechanics are slightly different enough to
The mechanics are slightly different, but 2 was still better.
Oh, 100%.
2 was still better. So the developers, if they had just taken the time to polish update the mechanics for 2,
honestly, what they could have done,
this could have been a full sale game.
Yeah, what they could have easily done, and I don't know how anyone would like, do this. They could just release, like you said, a new game just called Battlefield Classic, and just port over all of the maps and single player stuff from the old games.
So okay, so I'm gonna set up a couple of things. Okay, so extra large. Apparently, that's the
32.
The 32 v 32. I do want to hit the hunt just so you can see
Yeah,
the wampas.
Please.
We'll add in just because I'm curious. I want to add the Renvar Harbor, which apparently also has a hunt mode. I have no idea how that was, but we'll put that one with a hero assault, and then
One space map.
One space map. Okay, we'll do one space map. Why don't you pick one? You pick our space.
Tatooine, bro.
Tatooine. Okay.
Yes.
And then we'll do just a regular assault mode. Okay. So go ahead and launch this one up. So starting on hot. Wampas. You always got to do wampas. Trust me. Look at all them.
Yeah,
Look
bro.
at them.
Oh yeah.
We working together. Let's go.
I would definitely have to choose this. Oh yeah.
Just look at all the big hairy boys.
Nah, that's this
Now see,
prom game.
I could never pick rebels on this map because wampas were just too dang strong.
Look at that.
It's like you get the gallop, come up, boom, gut punch, and then just come around.
Yeah. Just take a gun in their face, bro.
Two hit, just smack down.
Smack.
see that gut punch leaves them rolling.
Yeah, bro. I would definitely have to use this. What is that on your arms, Alejandro?
Oh, he hit me with a weird gunfire thing.
Yeah, it's probably the Bothan spies had a weird incinerator. Just gut punch.
Yeah, bro. Y'all really taking it to him.
Like if you see the score. Oh, they got me. 11. What was that? 11-3. You know, already right off the bat. 12-6. It's. I honestly had to say, in the instances, you know, back when I was a kid, you know, having sleepovers with friends, and we'd stay up all night watching this. You know, whoever was on the rebel sides, they were salty at the end of the night.
Oh, I bet.
There was salt at the end of the night.
I would be salty if I would have been stuck being the rebels, bro. I want to be something as crazy as this. I mean, it's simple, but just look how fun and engaging that is, bro. Just run up and smack. No hopping on no turret.
Sure you can.
Exactly, bro. No hopping on no turret. Just none of that. You just run up and smack them. It's 21-6.
Oh man, bigger blowout than the Super Bowl. I barely even watch sports anyway. Come here. Give me a hug.
I'm filled with so much.
Give me a hug.
You said what?
I'm filled with so much nostalgia, bro.
Okay, so now this leads to another good question. What was y'all fondest memory of these games?
Oh,
Your first memory of the game and your fondest memory.
first memory.
Smack
Man, that's the thing. You're asking me to go back, you know, over. Oh man,
yeah.
That's over 20. That's over 20 years for me. Man, see that?
That was clean.
I was quick, clean, merciless.
Exactly, that was a clean one.
I can't tell you my first name or my first memory. Fondest has got to be okay. Al, which do you want? I'll give you first pick.
Who do I even like? I'll do heroes.
Okay, I'm going villains then. All right, so just for the lineup: Boba Fett. There's Asajj Ventress, Dooku. I always laughed at the fact that they put Anakin on villain side.
Yeah,
you know,
fine.
you had Emperor, General Grievous, Darth Maul, Jango Fett, and then back around. I always liked doing Vader or Palpatine because I thought Palpatine was so busted.
I thought Palpatine was terrifying as a child. I ain't gonna lie.
You know, Ian McDermott, perfect casting.
that face under that hoodie, bro. Just as a child.
I mean, fondest memory is you know probably what we're in right now is I just loved.
Oh shit! They really added Asajj Ventress.
And there's Kit Fisto. You know, total replay from. Well, I was gonna say total replay from episode 3. He gets completely annihilated by Palpatine, and then Palpatine just got annihilated by Mace. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, it was the Samuel buff, bro. That's all it was. You get to know it.
Oh yeah, you had. So Anakin, as I remember, in this one, everyone had at least 2 Force abilities. Most of the Sith, they had Force Choke and Lightsaber Throw. And then for the Jedi, they had Lightsaber Throw and Force Push.
Push.
Now, okay, I have to try Ventress. And
Are those nunchucks?
apparently...
Why did they give her nunchucks?
Apparently...
When did she ever had...
They're listed as lightsabers.
When did she ever have nunchucks?
So, I'm pretty sure when this game was developed, Ventress was still considered in Legends. She was not yet canon. And damn, Obi! Damn, Al, doing me dirty there. So this was, when these games were out, it was still the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars were on Cartoon Network.
So that brings the question: why nunchucks? She never had nunchucks even in those.
That is true. So I don't know if it was just creative design,
liberties,
creative liberties, what have you,
or they just really wanted someone with nunchucks.
Whoa, okay. So nunchucks and freaking Force Force Shuriken,
Force Ninja.
Shuriken.
So they wanted a space ninja, a literal space ninja, and said, "We can add Asajj."
Yes, let's just have a pale, bald Bruce Lee as a female Sith assassin
With ninja stars.
with ninja stars.
Let's not forget that.
But this is also the thing, is the reach that you have with heroes is hello Kit is crazy in this.
You have a freaking triple jump.
Technically, quadruple jump if you're stamina.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, and I'm not about to get jumped by 3 Jedi.
Yeah, they was coming for you.
Like I had at least Yoda and Aayla Secura, and Chewbacca is back up.
Alright, gotta go my purple lightsaber.
Shout out Samuel.
I think my favorite little bit of Star Wars trivia that actually comes from Samuel L. Jackson when he was auditioning was, he got to pick his own lightsaber when he came on, and then by the end of it, he had them carve BMF onto the hilt.
Alright, that's actually
because only Samuel L. Jackson can request that.
Wow. I never knew that.
All right, let's see. Who else was I pretty good with?
So what about you, Ollie? Fondest memory of this game?
So, fondest memory is it's one of the games along with Resident Evil 4 where me and my best friend would no life for a little bit because of the split screen stuff. Now, I was never good at the game, and he was just naturally good at FPSs in general.
Yeah.
So I got my revenge in fighting games, but still.
Facts. We take the dubs when we can.
We kind of have to. This man murdered me in Halo all the time. No remorse.
This dude seems crazy.
Now, the fun thing is, Hero Assault used to only be on one map. So it's cool that they added more variety to it.
So I will give them that credit in the fact that, Hunt was only available on certain maps, same with Hero Assault. Oh, Bubba finally got revenge on Mace for killing his dad. So that in a sense is a little refreshing, and I will give the developers credit to trying to give the game new life.
Yeah.
But there they still missed.
Major opportunities.
Yeah, they missed a lot of opportunities. You know, 'cause I feel gamers and I will say this at least for myself. They like polished, fresh visuals. So, you know, looking at this map, you can see just how hard and geometric the layout is.
Yeah.
You know, this is something that is to be expected of, you know, an early 2000s game, but not something that you would expect to see remade in 2024. Al, I think you're definitely going to get this one because.
So this wouldn't be considered a remake, right?
It's more of a re-release.
Yeah, that's all I can call this is a re-release, if anything. Because you know, and I want to go back to my question just to get you guys' input on the definition. So, remasters, remakes, reboots. So starting off, how do you think you would define a remaster?
I think a remaster would be like a game really sticking to its core as far as like narrative wise, maybe mechanic wise, but like you said earlier, the remastering comes in maybe more of a visual style type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I believe a remake would be like a revamping of visuals, narratives, mechanics, all that type of stuff. You know, prime example, like what Ollie was talking about earlier with Resident Evil 4 remake. It was a remake because certain things, like wasn't like certain bosses different and like certain things.
Oh no, all of the bosses were the same. Now, how you got there and like who did what got revamped a lot.
Okay.
Like there's one boss in particular that's not in the main Leon campaign. But what they ended up doing is they made Ada Wong's side campaign bigger by adding the missing boss to her.
Okay. So yeah, that's why I think you do with as far as like
remasters.
Yeah.
Okay, so now remakes. Is that when you're kind of, you know, building from the ground up? Like you take it down to the bare bones and then just completely rebuild the game?
To me, yes. So like in my opinion, like remasters are just when you're re-releasing a game, even if you make minor changes, you're not changing like the code of the game at large. Like if it generally plays the same, even if it has slightly like up-res graphics based on like textures or whatever, you know, that's just a remaster. And it can have like minor changes like quality of life stuff and all that. But at its core, it's the same exact game. Remake, on the other hand, is you're going from the ground up. You are just, boy, even if you make the same game, structurally speaking, if you remake it from the ground up using whatever the modern tech is at the time, that's a full-on remake.
I definitely agree with that.
And then, you know, I think a re-release is, you know, it's in the name. You take.
Here you go.
You take the game out of storage. You spit on it, polish it up a little bit. Sell it back for, you know, $40.
Did you read other reviews?
I have to say I definitely agree with that.
Now, you know, that's where I think the definition for this take on the game is hard because, you know, clearly it's not a remaster. The visuals are not there for a remaster. But at the same time, can we only call this a re-release, considering the fact that, you know, we have some quote-unquote new stuff with, you know, new characters, new maps.
So in that regard, I'm going to call it a port. At this point, it's a port. Because with ports, like, they don't always have to be the same, like, thing. Sometimes when you have, like, different releases on different consoles, you end up with, like, minor changes. Like, Soul Calibur, for instance, when they did Soul Calibur 4, you got different guest characters based on which console you got.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
And you know, because I remember like one of those guest characters was Yoda.
Yep.
And
that was the
Who was banned. Always.
for good reason. I mean, he's fun to play, but yeah.
Just short.
Yeah.
Nasty hitbox.
Yeah. Usually when the character is like very, very, very like criminally short.
The literally breaks the basic rules of the game.
Yeah, they usually
because he couldn't be grabbed.
Yeah.
He could only be hit with blows.
So what I'm hearing is it's the odd job paradigm.
Yeah, pretty much.
What was another game where a short person got banned? It was actually a character on Servbot. Wasn't it Servbot on Marvel too?
I don't remember if Servbot ever actually got banned for any real particular reason. I know in original JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting game,
Iggy.
Iggy was fine. Pet Shop was the problem.
Pet Shop?
Because he wasn't just a small hitbox. He was a small hitbox that permanently was in flight. So lows never worked on him.
Makes sense.
Plus everyone hated him. As they should.
Again, I'll read that. So one of the last things I just kind of want to touch on.
I saw a blue lightsaber and just assumed that it was.
Yeah, another reason why I never understand why they put Anakin on the villains, because you don't expect him. You don't expect to see a blue lightsaber when you're playing on villains.
Hey, bro, the no mix up, bro. That's exactly what that was.
The only blue lightsaber that should be on villains would be Grievous, and that's because he's got two.
Makes sense.
But the last thing that I kind of want to touch on while we're about to go into the last game mode for the video is if they were to either reboot Battlefront or
I want them to give him to a different company. I really do not like the way EA just releases actual garbage.
Well, and I'll agree that EA really misses their mark. But the one thing I will say when it comes to Star Wars games is Star Wars games are always one of three things: phenomenal, horrible, or canceled.
There's no in between.
I can't tell you how many Star Wars games I've seen just get canceled off the bat.
Okay, when you say canceled, you mean like they were working on it and then...
Yes, it was announced. They had these plans. It was going to be great. And then just... Nope, not anymore. I think one such game that I saw was Star Wars 1313. It was supposed to be a story game set on Coruscant, going down to the many inner workings. You would get to see a lot of the underworld side of Star Wars, more bounty hunters, stuff like that. And I think maybe a year after its announcement, canceled. Then there was supposed to be a Darth Maul game that was in the works, canceled. The next big title that they have coming out that, I will say I'm cautiously optimistic for is Star Wars Outlaws. And I think Outlaws is supposed to be what 1313 was supposed to be, but on a larger scale.
Isn't that what everybody was joking about? That's supposed to be Grand Theft Auto Star Wars?
Yeah,
probably.
Okay.
I think that is the running joke.
Probably a lot less vulgar, obviously.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously.
But open world, able to do.
But some of the major successes that Star Wars have had, the Jedi games. Shout out to Cameron Monaghan, perfect casting for Cal Kestis, phenomenal actor. Absolutely love Cameron Monaghan. they have we still have the remake of Knights of the Old Republic coming out.
I was about to say that hasn't been canceled, right?
No,
Okay,
that
good.
as far as I know, that is still alive. And I think if that got canceled, Star Wars game enthusiasts would riot.
Rightfully so. You announced that, like literally one of the most beloved titles, just to be like, yeah, we decided not to do it. Yeah.
That would
Turn a couple tables, guys. Go do it. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Just maybe.
Yeah, turn a couple tables.
Probably.
And you ain't gotta hurt nobody, but just turn a couple tables.
But then, a couple of the kind of letdowns that I've seen was, this isn't the first time that Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2 have been repackaged and re-released. There was actually one package on PC that also included Republic Commando, which in my
Needs
opinion,
a sequel.
Republic Commando needs a sequel,
It needs
as
everything.
well
It
as
needs
that deserves a full bore remake.
Okay, so what if you could describe Republic Commando to me? How would you describe it?
Go take Ghost Recon, make it Star Wars.
Wow, what the frick? Why don't we have that?
Yeah, why don't we?
Why
have that?
don't we have that?
That's a good question.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
That makes so much sense. Oh my goodness.
you have control of a 4-person squad.
Oh no.
As a clone commando.
Oh, no.
During the height of the Clone Wars.
Oh.
You can give them orders. There was a number of different weapons that you could use,
That is so.
and the story was great.
That is bomb.
And fun fact, I did not realize one of the mainstay characters from that game is actually now canon in Star Wars Bad Batch.
I was just about to ask about that.
Not just Bad Batch, the entire squad is canon.
Is it now? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's just one character got like an episode, but the entire squad is canon.
well, and I'm pretty sure one of the characters was canon is now Ash. Because he died in the campaign. Spoiler alert.
Dun, dun.
Which one? The red one?
Yeah, Sev.
Yeah, he's actually alive. Well,
Man!
was alive to at least go past the Clone Wars. Because he ended up joining the Rebel Alliance apparently.
Okay, I knew Rex joined the Rebels.
Yeah, he wasn't the only one.
Okay, I'm watching y'all doing this mode right, the space stage
Mhm.
right quick.
So,
Are there anything like this on the remakes?
not to this like
not to this extent.
There are space battles,
there-
but they're exclusively
I'm-
outside.
I'm watching y'all pull up on each other's turf
So-
just to blow up the big ship,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's a fun behind mode.
Yeah. Al's got the right.
I'm doing this the proper way.
Yeah, he's got the right strategy. He's taking out stuff from the inside on my end, and is probably just gonna completely obliterate me now because I don't have any of his stuff down, except for maybe his frigates and his shield.
Alright, that's about as much damage as I can do in here. Now
Yeah,
I'm still one of your ships.
for space battles on the reboot of Battlefront 2, they did not have instances where you could land on your opponent's capital ships and basically sabotage them. Those were almost just exclusively dogfights. And speaking of the dogfights, I think it's another game that I think just faded into obscurity for Star Wars was Star Wars Squadrons.
I have that one.
A lot of people, they remember playing, Rogue Squadron?
Not just Rogue Squadron, but
But
X-Wing Commander.
yeah,
and all that.
X-Wing Commander, those were the original for dogfight, and Squadrons, it was not bad, but there was a learning curve for it.
Oh, 100%.
And unfortunately, I don't think it was a learning curve that I could have grasped. I still have it, and I feel like I should probably go home and pick it back up again. But yeah, just was not my cup of tea. So
This is people really put their foot in on coming up with just fun behind molds and ideas. Cause this is great. Like I wish they had something like, cause I'm like we have all the tools now to take this and like jump it to 100, but people don't really, like companies don't really do that.
they don't, and unfortunately, we as players, we always want to say that game companies need to put player approval first. And unfortunately, that's not what companies are there for. They're there to make money, and they're doing what they think will make them money.
Yeah.
And in retrospect, it does to an extent. But once public opinion comes into factor,
Wait, so
for some, there's no recovery.
what is it saying? It's left on your ship. What the fuck? Your thrusters are out.
There's something on the outside.
It has to be because
I will say it's on the outside, but at the same time, I kind of want to take your confusion
Is it your
to
shield?
try to make a
it's not-
comeback.
It's not your shield.
I'm about to say, yeah, you might need to do that in there.
I'm trying the best I can.
That whole time while
You
you
know,
was explaining stuff, he was just in your ship shooting.
I always take the same strategic approach when it comes to space battles. Is you knock out the frigates, you go inside, you blow a couple things up. Odds are you're gonna die in that instance, and then you respawn. You go get one of the carriers, you bring it over, you land it in your opponent's hangar. You have a spawn point in there. Rinse, repeat. Once you get everything on the inside done, then you come back out and hit the external.
Whoa. Did you just say that you take a carrier, put it inside your opponent's base, and then you can create a spawn point?
Yep.
You know what, bro? We should ride the game industry, bro. I'm just gonna be honest. We should ride. There's bro. This is no diss, but this is primitive technology compared to what we have now. And they thought out this much for a game mode. They thought out that much. Like, you know what? If you don't even feel like spawning at your ship no more, we got you. We got a mobile.
We got a mobile spawn.
Come
spawn.
on, bruh. Yeah. So now I'm starting to click why people used to just talk about this game when I was younger. Now it's starting to click.
And then even with the remakes, they looked pretty, but
Yeah, I mean, and that's the
there it
thing.
is.
Visually, remakes are great, but mechanically, they did fall short.
That seemed to be the trend, though.
Trying to get one good. All I gotta do is hit two things, and I could.
And I always say the same thing when it comes down to video games, bro. I did not buy video games to look at them. Like, it has to be it
has to be fun. It has to be engaging. You
to
have to have that replay value.
if I wanted to just look at a pretty Star Wars thing, I could have literally just watched the movie, just being honest. And then have to buy a game just to be like, well, the graphics is great, but I'm bored out of my mind with this game mode. Like, no. But yeah, I'm very impressed with this. This is fire. Oh, y'all done caught up. I mean, y'all pretty much
Almost.
now.
I found what I was missing.
What are you waiting for?
Well, I kind of drove into a wall, quite literally.
Outer space, all over the place. Space is the place for Star Wars. Shoot it down. Yeah, I'm impressed with this. That Ghost Recon Star Wars joint you told me about, yeah,
And I'm pretty sure the original. You could probably find it on Steam.
Oh, 100%.
So yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that out.
Republic Commando.
Okay, thank God.
All right. Well, I was about to say we're tied in.
Also, it's whoever.
Yeah. Now it's just a matter of attrition.
But that's how a war should be, bro. It should be like, oh, you got these certain things. You got these certain things that you have to accomplish to, thwart your opponent's side. Then you go off and off the rest of the people. It ain't just you. Oh, who gets the first 200 kills? It's like, nah, bro, you gotta blow up a ship and then kill 200 people.
Did we just kill each other? Like in that little
sort of,
exchange?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was you. I was pointing my.
Same.
Yeah, y'all very close. 163, 166.
I forgot I was top screen there for a second.
Yeah, this is yeah. So if you had an option to make any other type of like Star Wars game, what would you make? Both of you guys.
Honestly, I would give fans what they want. I would actually work to give the fans a proper Battlefront 3. You know, we've got so much meat. We've got so many locations, so many battles that we could touch on, so many heroes that we could use.
Yeah.
A Battlefront 3, I mean, you could make that. You could have DLC packs for it that would work. Yeah. You would actually have a successful game as a service for it. You know, because all you got to do is, you know, take the basic Battlefront formula, okay, and you know, you slowly add new characters, you add new maps, you add new modes,
yeah,
and you know, at that point you've got a generation spanning title that, you know, you could sell for easy $60-$70.
Yeah.
And then with the money that you can make off of the DLCs later on,
yeah,
you're golden.
Yeah, because I'm a Borderlands fan, so I love DLC as long as it's worth the goddamn buck.
Exactly.
As long as it's worth the buck, I don't mind, you know, spending more money for more content inside of the game. Like, if they was to make a Battlefront 3 and they don't have something, they don't have a more fleshed out mode of this.
Wait, did we?
I was about to say, I know I was at 180, you were at 183, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I think we both crossed that 180 at the same time. I was like, wait.
And the computer had to think, okay, you had 8 to my 7.
Yep. Died the same amount of times.
Well, so there is your
Star Wars crash course.
Your Star Wars Battlefront crash course. Now, you know, closing remarks.
Well, closing for now, but we're gonna make a cut because I want to show you something.
Okay.
Oh. I'm so excited. I don't know what he's about to show me.
I know.
I'm so excited.
It's like coming. It's like, it's not my birthday anymore.
Oh, WWE Star Wars game. Boom.
No.
Boom. That's exactly what he got going on.
Yeah, folks. I don't know if you can really hear it in my voice. I am a little bit hoarse. I did go to a WWE live show last night. Probably got a little bit more crazy than I was expecting. So if I sound different, you know why. But yeah, when it comes to a Star Wars game that I would love, you know, it's a Battlefront 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know a lot of people, they like KOTOR, they like Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
I was not that big on MMORPGs, you know, and especially, you know, when it came, I know new Knights of the Old Republic, they did have a free subscription, but it was not as good. So that one was a harder sell for me. And okay, Battlefront. Oh, I know where he's going. He's pulling up the mods.
Oh, I gotta see these.
Yeah,
You didn't mention them.
I've never seen this because, again, you know, I was not much of a PC player, so modded games for me were missed out on.
Yeah.
This is uncharted and new territory for me.
But yeah, I think Star Wars as a brand, as a series, I feel like can and should stick around for another 40 and 50 years, because there's so much, like you said, meat in it. There's a lot of lore in it. It's a lot of areas. There's a lot of areas to like literally base games off of thematically. I think the most disappointing part is not even the fans; it's the companies that get their hands on this stuff as of late.
And
It's
I think that was another instance of game that was in quote unquote development that didn't make it all the way through. Was I think they were trying to work on a Mandalorian game. Now,
See your mouse and keyboard in front of you.
oh,
The unfortunate.
you gotta make me play mouse and keyboard.
I do.
What? Now, okay, I know I said that I did not play a lot of computer. This looks vaguely familiar. I think this was how the menu looked for Battlefront 2 on PC. So I
To
guess,
some degree. I went back and looked. They always had like the little side like movies playing out for it, so you might have just seen like the PC version. But,
oh my lord!
So those top ones that say Battlefield 3 play like Battlefield 3 should have played. So there is ground to space combat.
So we've got Coruscant, Cato Nemoidia, Bespin, Dantooine, the Death Star 2, a Lucrehulk, Space Demo.
Please play Battlefield 3, please.
Okay, so we're at least gonna do Coruscant. Probably set up.
Conquest is the one you're looking.
Yeah,
for.
Conquest is the basic one, but
But let's do team deathmatch.
yeah,
That might
a
be
team
quicker for me.
deathmatch is always.
And of
good.
course, you have to choose which era.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
big one is always is clones for me. Can't tell if I'm getting it or not. There we go.
it is.
Okay,
Add
and
map.
then
Bam and launch. Unless you want to do it.
yeah, we'll just do one. We don't want to make the video too long. But hey, if you stuck around with us for this long,
Thanks.
thanks a lot.
Appreciate
We really appreciate it. Don't forget,
Like and subscribe.
like, subscribe, share it with your friends.
Flip a table.
I might do more Star Wars content on this channel, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I mean,
I released that whole documentary talking about like the lightsaber academy. So
and this is by no means the only RAM review that we're gonna be doing here. All right, so we've got the heavy trooper, we've got the engineer, the sharpshooter, the commander, interesting, jet trooper,
Are those locked?
and clone sky trooper. Yeah, I guess I gotta get
points in order
kills.
to unlock them.
All right, so let's just start.
This looks great, by the way.
All right, so
WASD.
This looks really great, Ollie.
Yep.
God dang, I like that. I like the heads-up display. I will say that.
So this is one of the things I love about the modding community is they did the work years before EA even bothered when they did the re-release.
I think you're. I think
It might be
the-
fighting with itself.
Is it working?
For the most part, I'm just trying to keep.
Sorry about this, folks. For the most part, it's a relatively different setup than what I do for my normal stuff. And it could just be like my computer's fighting like two different mouse inputs. It's like confused, like, but you have your main mouse.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, like we say, we keep this 100% live, 100% real. So what you see is what you get. And I think that's the endearing quality.
There's also the fact
of-
that you don't
of
play on
R.A.M.Cast.
PC very often.
Yeah. Okay, just go ahead and out me like that.
Oh, this is definitely mad impressive.
Right?
Level design. Oh, that's a Magna Guard. Okay.
Oh, snap.
He came in like a rat.
Okay, let's see. I think we should have gotten
2 more points.
two more points. I thought I had at least enough. Okay, let's try. Let's give an engineer a try. I know they had a shotgun, so they were
The shorty. Oh,
So the cool part about Battlefield 3 maps is if you find a ship, you can get in it and legitimately travel to a completely different space map.
Oh dang! That kickback.
You said a different space map. What do you mean? Like you can
Like
go
you will
land on
travel
other
to
planets?
space, and it's the same planet,
Yeah.
but there's a war going on up in space at the same time.
Okay, we're gonna have to try to find a if I can find one. Okay, engineers are not my play. Do we have commander yet? No.
One more point.
One more point. We'll get there eventually. You know, there was one other thing that I did.
This is also deathmatch. Conquest is where you probably find the ships.
Ah, okay. Well, live and learn. I will say there is one aspect from the PSP games that I did kind of gloss over, was they did actually have kind of build a class.
That was kind of cool. Which is
Class?
isn't
Yeah,
so something that like is similar to how Battlefront 2 like remake did, where you could take elements from any class, literally create your character.
I
and
would
just
So Battlefront 2 wouldn't let you pull from any class.
it wouldn't pull from.
You could.
It
you
was
could,
similar. In,
Yeah, you had an array of like perks that you could choose. You had a lineup of weapons that you could use based on your class.
Oh, so Dev.
Yes.
Hit V on the keyboard.
V. First person.
Ooh, that's some distance.
Yeah, that's distance. And also,
But he didn't throw with his whole body though. That's the weird part. He just did this.
I think with that kill, you should definitely have enough for that.
Okay,
For that
let's see.
commander.
Okay, cool.
Okay, interesting. Not the clone commando that I'm used to that had like an over-the-shoulder Gatling gun.
Over the shoulder. Drop that shield.
Defense rally.
Aha.
Oh, I think the shield got like that. Roger, Roger.
Oh.
Roger, Roger.
Okay. Now
Jetpack.
a jet trooper. Okay, so let's try the jet trooper.
Space to jump.
Okay, I'll figure that one. I will say the. Oh, it's a burst! It's a burst. Okay, I did not expect it to be burst.
Triple burst. Cool.
I know where you guys are laughing, but I did not kill him. He died by other means.
I mean, it did show up red, so I don't blame you for just shooting.
If it's red, it's got to die. You know.
If it's red, make it dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
There it is. Okay, found out how to switch equipment.
They do allow friendly fire on this game?
Yeah. Friendly fire is always on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. You look pretty good.
I mean, now that I'm in first person and kind of.
The mouse and keyboard just makes more sense that way.
Okay. 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 He said, "You dying one way or another." Yeah,
there it is.
He dodge roll with the Gatling joint.
All right.
And finally, Sky Trooper.
EMP launcher.
I think I saw someone. Okay, so I see a flash grenade.
Why you running into the wall like that? Not you, your partner. he literally boosted it to the wall.
Whoop.
So that one's more of just a jump.
Yeah, this is a lot. This plays a lot more like the Dark Trooper from Battlefront 1. Oh,
Railgun.
Oh.
yeah, it's a charge one.
Oh, cool.
Okay, hang on. Let me switch back over to the other one.
That's the same one.
Oh, that's the charger?
Yeah,
okay,
right.
this is the EMP.
They just look the same.
Yeah.
Because it's basically switching functions of the gun.
How often? How long does it last?
Good for crowd control, but for
Oh,
single
yeah.
enemies, it's that's a lot
Probably
to get
not.
used to.
Shoot him! Yeah, bro. Choke points for that probably would be amazing.
Just hold it, hold it, hold it.
Hold.
Oh, not that way. I'm kind of surprised at how long it's actually allowing me to hold this.
It is kind of impressive. I'm not even in front.
Because as I remember, the one class that did have a gun like this in Classic didn't allow you to hold it for that long.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm about to say, did you
landed so
teleport?
hard.
Yeah, I was like,
I landed so hard, I won.
I was about to say, hold on, because it looked like the the surroundings changed colors too.
I just want to see. Yep. So it would still load it.
That is one of the weird things about that. So as soon as it loads you back in, just hit escape.
Yep. Please keep your maps in sight. Because I do at least want to see how the Empire looks. Alright, so...
Quit, not
Quit.
exit.
Yeah.
Oof, don't exit the windows.
People be asking a lot of questions then.
I don't need to be Vosh right now.
Alright, so, okay. One last one. So, instant action. Session. Okay, let's see. Let's see the red bar. 10 to 4. We'll do a Yavin.
So one thing you probably just now are going to notice: look at the arrows.
The arrows?
It's not just clone or.
Oh my
Civil War.
god!
Extended Civil War, Jedi Civil War,
Age of Rebellion.
Great Galactic War.
See, I don't understand.
Shout out
Like,
to the modded community.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and tell you this: Age of Rebellion is Empire versus Mandalorians.
Interesting. Great Galactic War, the Jedi Civil War, Extended Civil War. Well, I'm really more curious on the Galactic, so we'll just add that one and launch, and this will probably be our last one before we get too crazy.
Yeah. And I will say, so Battlefield for PC users especially, I really just did not like the way they handled the launch of the Classic Collection. But I will say this: on Steam, you can still get Battlefield 1 and 2 for $10 each. It's just it's for PC users. There is no point in getting the Classic Collection because anything they would have added can just be added through mods anyway from the first versions. It's strange they even released it for PC in the first place, other than probably try to cash into people who don't know. But if you're already a Steam player anyway, and you like Battlefront, you probably already know.
That's another thing. Because if I'm not mistaken, with Elder Scrolls The Oblivion, right? Or which one? It was Oblivion.
Skyrim?
Or Skyrim.
The one that keeps getting re-released.
Re-released.
I'll give Bethesda credit on that one. At least when they re-released Skyrim on PC, it was, if you already legitimately owned a copy anyway, you just got an update that up-resed everything to the HD stuff. So you didn't need to pay for the game again.
Yeah. Which one where they allowed people to use mods even on consoles though? Was that Skyrim or?
I think it was Skyrim. By that point,
Yeah,
it was Skyrim.
Yeah, I do remember that there were some mods for Skyrim that I did have access to, and I play. Like I said, I traditionally play console because I don't have a good PC. my PC is mostly just for work and home life.
Yeah, understood.
That being said, for anyone that's interested in a PC port of this for mods, it doesn't, because of how old it is, it doesn't require a super beefy PC to play like competently, like at all. If anything, a mid-grade like work computer that was released within the last 3 years could play all of the mods for this real easy. It's not a very intensive game, and it doesn't take up like 70 gigabytes of data. Even with all these mods, like I'm pretty sure like this is still like maybe 30 gigabytes.
Wow, he's still shooting over your back. Oh,
Like I said,
oh, man.
these are obviously the Battlefront 1 computers. They're funny, they're not smart.
Hey, bro.
He's like, you're not dead enough.
You're not dead enough, bro. More holes. More holes. I mean, he just stayed there. Hey, bro. Shout out to the beat. You know what I'm saying?
Recon droids.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the computers, bro. Shout out to the AI.
I love how the recon drone is
He really tried to throw a grenade at a recon drone.
is actually and it's playing a lot like how a ship does, with just moving up and down. Oh,
He took it out.
Oh, he shot it.
Yep. I'm sans recon droid now.
Rage.
Hey, launcher.
Oh,
F1 to play as Boba Fett.
all right. Love me the Fett Man. So yeah, this is much more Battlefront 1 because the fact that the hero by the lightsaber indicator is via time limit.
And you can extend that time by getting kills.
By getting kills. If I can get kills.
There you go.
There's one. Yeah, flamethrower and
Wrist rocket.
regular wrist rocket.
Ooh, it's shooting at you. Oh, there you go. Slick.
I mean, they got a couple shots, but
Yeah.
they die all the same.
I think I will definitely close this one out by conquest. Can't tell. Oh,
sniper.
sniper.
They're reinforcements. He pulled up on them.
Yeah.
I think I saw a lightsaber just a second ago.
Ooh. Oh, snap!
The disrespect! The disrespect!
He said he wasn't done.
They really don't like you.
You missed it by like a
Yeah.
hair.
Just the tiniest. I'm used to just using 2 fingers, not an entire hand.
Heyo. Hey.
God.
Yeah, I went there. I went there. You can't stop me. You're on my turf now.
Wow, really?
Okay, there we go.
Really?
I know how to zoom in.
I'm sorry, Jared. It's not the SEC podcast.
Wow.
Don't worry, I'm not horny like this all the time.
Not only like this all the time.
When we first undertook this project, I was really worried about what rating we would have to give this for the YouTube algorithm and everything.
I would still be worried.
Oh yeah.
Should we be worried, Ollie? Should we?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I'm just going to splice in clips of Honey Pop.
Wow, really? Just
Oh, God, we're going back
flash
to
it
that.
For like 2 seconds.
Ah.
Like for a 0.5.
Just enough to get the thumbnail.
You thought you came here for Star Wars.
No, we're going to get them because I think they're here for Honey Pop.
And then you talk about Star Wars.
Gotta get the clicks.
Hey, bro,
It's all about the clicks.
Y'all gonna get cussed out, bro.
Probably.
Y'all get cussed out in the comments.
I'm okay with that.
Yes, folks, if there is a title that you would like us to play on here or give
That's
give
not
our
Honey Pot.
honest opinion of,
That's not Honey Pot.
So Subverse, gotcha.
yeah, go ahead
I don't know
and leave
what
a
that
comment
means,
down
but it
below.
sounds
Just be afraid.
That sounds bad.
Just be afraid.
That sounds very bad.
It is bad.
Ollie, why you misbehaving, Ollie?
That's a good question.
Why you misbehaving, Ollie?
You know, I don't have an answer for you.
Just feel like it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
Just know. Just know. At some point, we will be doing a Helldivers thing. I don't know when. I have to actually buy Helldivers, but you know,
Same.
for
You know,
Super Earth.
I
Is it
keep
Starship Troopers.
isn't it like Starship Troopers meets Earth Defense Force meets like Terminator?
Basically,
Yeah.
It looks great.
it does.
It really looks great and fun.
It's making me want to invest in multiplayer games again.
You mean like to play with people?
Yeah.
All right, let's try to go ahead and shut this one out.
Reinforcement.
But man, Al, all I gotta say is I feel like you lied to me because I figured there would at least be some starships on Yavin. You know, go up, fly around the Death
That
Star.
wasn't the Battlefield 3 map.
Oh, I get what you mean. Okay.
The enemy is losing. You just shot the Wookiee like that, man.
I'm not gonna let the Wookiee win.
I mean, well, the Wookiee
I'm not
did
gonna let
shoot
the
your body
Wookiee-
like
the
5
Wookiee-
times after you died.
He's just like,
And he
you're
left.
not dead enough.
He left and was like, you know what?
Chewbacca's third cousin just disrespected him.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you for sticking around this long. If you have, like I said, like, subscribe, comment down below. Give us your ideas. We'll run with it and probably make it a lot more weirder and insane than you possibly thought.
And I'll find new ways to torture him, and if he ever comes back.
Yeah, the only torture is giving you a mouse and keyboard.
Y'all think that was enough.
We will catch you guys on the next one.
Thank you all.